Welcome to this overview of Rose Point ECS services. We'll discuss the service, which consists of 4 parts. First, a navigation publication update service that helps you meet Coast Guard carriage requirements for navigation publications, electronic navigation publications, that is, as well as making it easy to manage your fleet's electronic charts. Second, an administrative portal for your fleet, used to view fleet status and manage the update service. This video consists of 2 parts. One shows the portal, for example, what a port captain might use to manage charts and nav pubs on vessels in the fleet that are subscribed to the service. The other shows what a user will see in ECS when using this service. Third, premium weekend phone support. And finally, an upgrade to the next generation of Rose Point ECS when it becomes available. These are all part of this unique service. To begin, an email invitation is sent to the person designated as administrator, who then creates a new username and password for the administrative portal. Once signed up, you can add additional users with either viewer or administrative privileges. Now, let's log on to the portal as a port captain with administrative privileges, Captain John. The first page is the fleet status page. When you log on to the portal, the default view is vessels with outdated items. You can also select all vessels in your fleet, as well as inactive vessels. These will be covered later. The status page shows when each vessel was last online, and the status of their software, their charts, navigation publications, and their local backup required to meet carriage requirements. Outdated items are shown in red. Each of these lines represents a PC. For example, this vessel has 2 PCs with active services. This vessel only has 1. The first box, the last report box, is red if the PC has not been online and checked for updates in the last 24 hours. The second, third, and fourth boxes show the status of the vessel's software version, red indicating it's not running the current version, and charts and nav pubs. Red indicates they're either not up to date or haven't been installed yet. The fifth box is the backup drive status. The Coast Guard requires electronic navigation publications to be backed up. Having 2 PCs that are backed up weekly meets that requirement. If you have only 1 PC, you must use the Rose Point backup drive, and this 5th box indicates the status of that drive. If the box is blank, a drive has not been inserted in this PC yet. If the box is green, it's inserted and up to date. And if the box is red, the backup drive has either been removed or it's incorrectly backed up. The search box allows you to search for vessel by name or by product ID. Click on a PC on a vessel, for example the bridge system on the MV Gen 2, to see its specific status. Its software version, red if it's not the currently released version, the total number of charts, and if any are outdated, that's shown. And these tabs show the specifics for vector, raster, Primar charts, navigation publications, and Army Corps of Engineer inland river charts. You can see either all the items or only the outdated items with this checkbox. Currently, none are outdated, so nothing is showing. Clearing this checkbox, we see all the vector charts on that system. The latest version is what the vessel should have, and the local version is what it does have. I'll go back to the status page. If a vessel with fleet services is temporarily laid up, for example the MV Victory, the administrator can select that vessel, click it, and then click Temporarily Disable Services for this vessel, which makes it inactive. Now I'll go back to the status page. Gray is used to indicate inactive vessels. Vessels with inactive services aren't shown in the All Vessels with Outdated view seen here. If we select all vessels from the show list, the vessels with inactive services are shown at the bottom. If we select inactive vessels, only vessels with inactive services are shown. And this is where you can select the vessel and make them active again with this link. I'll go back to status. And remember, vessels with inactive services aren't shown at all in this default Vessels with Outdated Items view. Because of carriage requirements, administrators will use the Vessels with Outdated Items view most often to determine which vessels are not carriage compliant. It makes it easier to see which vessels actually need attention, and vessels with inactive services intentionally aren't shown in this view. The Download as CSV link downloads a CSV formatted report of the status you see in the portal. Clicking the link, and there's the download in the corner of the browser window. As an administrator, you use the Subscriptions tab to manage the charts and publications for all the vessels in your fleet, and the Members tab to control who is authorized to access the portal. First, let's look at the Subscriptions tab. This page shows the administrator the currently selected charts and publications for the fleet. These Edit Subscription buttons allow you to subscribe or unsubscribe all the vessels in your fleet to NOAA ENC and RNC chart regions, various navigation publications such as Coast Pilots, Light Lists, Rules and Regulations, as well as fleet-specific custom documents at the top. And at the bottom of the screen, you might need to scroll down to see them, Army Corps of Engineer Inland ENCs for the Western River. We'll do a few examples. At the top, using custom documents, you can distribute your own documents of your own choosing, PDF documents, to your fleet. For example, I'll click this Edit Subscription button, and we have no custom documents currently. But I have on this computer the Addendum to Rose Point ECS, a document containing information about new ECS program features, and I want all the vessels in the fleet to have a copy. I'll click Add Document. I'll enter a title, ECS Addendum, or descriptive text, and then I'll click the Choose File button and select a document of mine from my computer, Doc Addendum. Click Open, Create Document, and now we have a custom document that all the vessels in the fleet are automatically subscribed to. When they execute their periodic sync, they'll download this PDF file. From this custom document subscription page, you can create other fleet-wide documents with the Add Document button. Unsubscribe removes it from fleet-wide distribution but keeps it in your custom documents library. It can be updated with the Edit button. I could change the title, I could change the description, I could pick a new file if an updated file had come into being. I'll go back. And it can be deleted with the Delete button, unsubscribing it from the fleet and removing it from the portal's list of custom documents. I'll go back to the Subscriptions page by clicking Subscriptions. Notice now there's an entry in the Custom Documents section, the addendum we just put there. As another example, let's change the vector chart subscriptions, the ENCs. I'll click the Edit Subscriptions by NOAA ENCs, and here we'll subscribe all the vessels in the fleet to the ENC charts for Alaska, Coast Guard District 17. I'll click this Subscribe button. Now, the next time those systems execute their periodic sync, they'll automatically download Coast Guard District 17 and keep them up to date. I'll go back to Subscriptions by clicking Subscriptions. Now we notice District 17 shows up under the NOAA ENC section. For Western River and inland operators, you'll want to edit the subscriptions for the Army Corps of Engineers Inland ENCs down here at the bottom. I'll scroll a little bit. I'll click this Edit Subscriptions button, and I'll select rivers that are appropriate to my fleet. In this case, I'll add the Lower Mississippi by clicking this Subscribe button. And now if I go back to the Subscriptions page, we can see all the changes, the custom documents, District 17, ENCs, and Lower Mississippi Army Corps of Engineers charts. Now I'll go back to the status page. Notice all the PCs now show red, out-of-date charts, And for pubs, they show pending, which means they haven't checked in yet and they haven't downloaded the custom document yet. To see which are out of date, click a PC, such as the first one, and notice it has more subscribed charts and how many are out of date or just not installed yet. And also in custom documents, you can see that there's a pending custom document because this PC hasn't checked in yet. When it does, it'll download all the newly subscribed charts and documents. Let's go back to the subscriptions page. And now let's look at navigation publications by clicking this Edit Subscription button. At the top, we see tide and current predictions. Our fleet's on the West Coast, so I'm going to subscribe to the West Coast current predictions and the West Coast tide predictions. I'll also scroll down a little bit and subscribe to Coast Pilots 8 and 9 for Alaska, and also the Army Corps of Engineers Notice of Navigation Interests. I'll verify that the Light List and Notice to Mariners for District 11 is subscribed to. It's blue, so it's subscribed to. And I'll scroll at the very bottom and make sure that we are definitely subscribed to the U.S. Coast Guard Navigation Rules and Regulations Handbook. Now I'll scroll to the top, click Status, and now notice all the systems additionally show red for navigation publications. The next time they execute their periodic sync, they'll download the newly subscribed publications and then they'll be up to date. Next, let's click the Members tab to see who is signed up and what access they have. Viewer or Admin. New members can be added with the Add Membership button. Supply an email address, select the permission level, admin or viewer, and optionally a personal message to be included in the invitation email, and click Send Invite. I'll click back to go back to the Members button. Existing users can be removed with the Delete button, and the privileges a user has can be edited with the Edit button. Now let's take a look at what the ECS user sees, what a captain or mate would see aboard the vessel. The navigation publications can be found in the main menu, so first we need to get out of cruise mode by pressing F12. Then go to the main menu in the upper left-hand corner and select Navigation Publications. The system shows the publications installed on this computer. At the top, you'll find any custom documents listed sent by your fleet administrator. Below that are the rest of the navigation publications you're subscribed to. Note that these are all fleet subscriptions that can't be removed. Click on an item to see it in a PDF viewer. For example, the Coast Guard Navigation Rules and Regulations Handbook. I click it, and a PDF viewer opens showing the Navigation Rules and Regulations Handbook. I'll close this window. Scroll down to the bottom of this window and click the Nav Pub Store button. This shows additional publications that can be subscribed to for this particular PC. For example, if your vessel was temporarily assigned to a new transit area, you might want to select navigation publications for that area. This is where you would do that. Note, this is not fleet-wide. Publications installed from here are only on this individual PC. And these individually selected publications will appear in the vessel status page of the administrative portal as well. I'll go back to the main Nav Pubs window by clicking the main menu again and selecting Navigation Publications. To meet Coast Guard carriage requirements, an electronic backup copy of navigation publication files must be kept. Insert the pre-formatted memory stick provided by Rosepoint into the computer. When any of the navigation publications are updated on this PC, they're automatically duplicated onto the memory stick, providing a backup copy of the current documents, which satisfies the Coast Guard's carriage requirements. Note, to meet carriage requirements, the thumb drive must remain in the PC at all times. Do not remove it unless the PC fails. If this PC ever crashes, the memory stick can be moved to another PC on board the vessel, thereby providing access to the most current Coast Guard navigation publications. The Rosepoint Update service also provides weekend callback telephone support. If technical support is needed, call the number which we'll provide and receive a return call the same day. The fourth component of the service will include an update to the next generation of ECS when it releases. If you'd like to know more or have questions, please contact John Catete at Rose Point Navigation. So this is the Rose Point ECS services. Thanks for watching.